Today we're going to do a pork loin that we are going to brine, and we're going to slow roast and cook on the Weber kettle. We're going to smoke it and cook it as low and slow as we can. First thing we're going to do is we're going to get this 2.1 kilo, just under 4.5 pound loin out of its packaging, and we're going to trim off all the fat and all the silver skin so that there's just left meat. Then on the two ends we're going to trim off the top and tail of it just a couple of centimetres to square it off nicely, so that we're left with this nice symmetrical piece of pork loin. We're going to then prepare a brine for it that we're going to put inside a Ziploc bag with the pork and let it brine overnight. So in our brine mix here, I'm going to put black peppercorns, I've got garlic powder, I've got onion powder, I've got chili flakes, I've got garlic, oregano, basil, and I'm going to put that into a boiling pan of hot water, about 4 cups of hot water with a good half a cup of Maldon sea salt. I'm going to boil that up. Then once it's boiled up, I'm going to let it cool, and this is what it looks like. And when it's cooled, I'm going to drop in some lemon rinds. No lemon, but the lemon rinds, because the lemon will cook the pork. Once it's all really cold and come back down to temperature, and I even throw in some ice cubes in there to bring it right down so that it's cold, we're going to pour that over the pork into the Ziploc bag and let that brine overnight for at least 12 to 14 hours as a minimum. The longer it brines, the better. Once it's in the Ziploc bag, I'm going to put it in a little bowl here so that if there's any leaks or anything, it won't go all over my fridge. And we're going to let that brine, and we're going to turn it over every couple of hours like that. You can see all the chili flakes and the herbs and the spices in there that are brining that meat and giving it lots and lots of flavour. So every couple of hours we'll give it a toss, just make sure that every part of that pork is getting covered with the brine mix. So now I'm prepping our barbecue, and I'm going to use the snake method today. I'm using 2 beads wide by 3 high, and on top I've put some apple and hickory smoking chips. That should be plenty of heat beads to go for the whole cook. I doubt that we'll even use that much. That's about 1/3 of the Weber there. We're expecting this to take anywhere from 2.5 to 3.5 hours. So there's more than enough beads and chips there. We don't need that much chips because we know that after about an hour the pork will stop taking any smoke at all. Also on the barbecue, you've seen in previous videos, I've got installed a lava lock gasket along the rim and inside the hood. That'll stop us losing any heat and any smoke and help us maintain a better temperature within the barbecue itself. On this cook also today, I'm going to use my mambo-q, which is a bowl there where I can put my hot water and we'll pick up all the drippings. I put hot boiling water in there to help maintain the temperature in the barbecue and create some moisture. And then over that bowl goes this ring. It's called a mambo-q, M-A-M-B-O-Q. You can look that up online. The flange covers the fire around here so that you don't get any direct heat. All you get is the heat and the smoke coming up. And that flange protects your meat from the fire, while the tray catches all the drippings, and like I said, you can drop water in there to help maintain the temperature. So this mambo-q has been great. I've used it a few times now. I've made some videos before with it. You can have a look at those. It is a great little product to help your barbecuing along. So now that we've got this all set up, we're going to head back inside, get our pork out of the fridge that's been marinating for 12 to 14 hours, and here it is. We've taken it out of the Ziploc bag, dropped it onto some paper towels, and we're going to let this come right up to room temperature, and we're going to keep on turning it on those paper towels every 15 or so minutes. Make sure that we get the exterior totally dry. The drier the exterior is, the better that it's going to cook. So we've got our starter beads on the barbecue now, ready to go. We've lit those up separately, light them in a chimney or however you like, put them on one edge and get that snake started. And once that's going, we're going to get our mambo-q in there, put the tray in there first. Now in that tray we'll put some hot boiling water, as I said earlier, which will maintain the temps, and then we put the flange ring on top of that. That'll protect our meat from the direct heat, and it'll catch all the drippings. That'll sit on there like that. I've also got my probes ready for my iGrill thermometer in the side there, ready to go. So once I drop the meat on, we can put those probes in there and watch the temps from our phone or our iPad, whatever you like. Grill's on, and we're pretty much ready to barbecue now. We've got our iGrill probes there. I'm going to put my ambient temperature probe pretty close to the center of the grill, because I will have the pork loin closest to me as far away from the fire as possible, because we want to smoke it. We want absolutely no direct heat at all, just pure indirect smoke. So there we go. Our probes are there, our iGrill's there, everything's ready for the meat to go on. So we're outside with our meat now, we're ready to put it on the barbecue. It's all dried up, you can see all the seasonings there on it. We're ready to go. The barbecue's to temp, it's just over 200 degrees Fahrenheit, so we're going to keep it as low as we can, under the 230 mark, so that we get a nice long, low, slow cook. The longer it cooks and the slower it cooks, then it won't burst any of the juice out of the meat. The meat won't go into shock and push the natural juices and all that brine out if it cooks nice and slow. So we're going to put in some hot boiling water into the mambo-q there. That'll help regulate the temperature inside and keep moisture inside of the barbecue. We've got a good probably litre and a half there. We're going to get our probes ready and put those into each end of the loin so we get a good read on the temperature. And there's the loin on the barbecue ready to go. You can see the fire there, a little bit of a red glow. So when we had the lid on just before while it was heating up, we had it just coming up to about 240. So the pork loin's been on now at this point for about an hour and 45 minutes. The internal temperature there you can see is about 219 Fahrenheit, keeping it really low. And inside at this point the meat's at 129. We want to get it up to just on the 140 mark, where we'll take it out and foil it. So here it is after we've taken it off, and it's been foiled now for about half an hour or so resting. And that's the final article there that we've got. We're going to cut half of it, eat half now, and whatever's left we'll keep for tomorrow. So whatever's left we'll keep in one piece so it stays very moist. So inside it's it looks really like bacon, and there's a very, very light pink smoke ring. It's extremely soft after it's rested. There is it's not hard at all. You can see there the knife going through it. It's quite soft and it's really moist. I can tell you after we ate this thing tasted absolutely fantastic. That brine did a brilliant job of giving this meat the most incredible flavour. It was like an intense bacon with a bit of a chili kick and a bit of a peppery note around the outside, but that brine made its way right through the meat. And there's the finished article. You can see how it looks. It's fantastic, it's juicy, it tasted great. It was quite soft, not dry, not one little bit.